Nothing will make a driver more faithful to a car than a car that is faithful to its driver.
Hello, my name is Denise Arias. This is my video presentation for my integrative case analysis for Management 451 on Mercedes-Benz. Okay, part 1, the structural frame. So the organizational chart we're looking at now shows how the fleet operation, specifically at Mercedes-Benz, is organized. So Mercedes-Benz follows a vertical coordination structure. Henry Mintzberg said, as operations go, they need managers to help coordinate the work of the operators. Managers are the first administrative division of labor. Mintzberg's 5 parts of the organization starts with the operating core. The operating core for Mercedes will be the line workers who are putting the car together. The strategic apex are the top end of the organization. These are the people in charge with the overall responsibility of the organization. They are charged with ensuring the organization survives its mission in an effective way and serves the needs of the people who control the mission. These could be the owner, CEO, board of directors of Mercedes-Benz. The midline is a change of middle line managers with formal authority. They have direct supervision and interact with the environment. They could be considered the chief executive officer of the unit they operate, so like the vice president of the sales operations at the Mercedes-Benz fleet operation. Next, we have the human resources frame. Theory establishes that just because a manager gives an order, it does not mean that it will be executed. An example of this theory is when Mercedes-Benz 3 years ago sold new cars that they knew didn't work properly and they would not replace the whole vehicle. The board of directors would have argued about the warranty at length and given the orders to car dealerships to not return or fix the broken cars. And this could cause some people to not follow the orders because of the ethical issues of knowingly selling bad vehicles. Another example would be a lot of car sales management expects the sellers to sell a lot of cars, but that doesn't always happen. Another example is mechanics in a dealership don't always have resources to finish the cars in time, but management continues to promise customers that the car will be done in a certain amount of time, even though the mechanics don't have all the parts to get the job done. Under the theory of human motivation, Mercedes-Benz focuses on what customers need in the models of cars they offer, and until they can reach it, they continue to improve the models to satisfy their customers. Customer service for Mercedes-Benz, when it comes to maintenance, the customers enjoy going back to the dealership because they prefer the interaction they get from the mechanics. Rentals are also other Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Mercedes-Benz's highest priority is creating an exquisite showroom by becoming highly engaged with potential customers and showing that the car meets the basic needs they're looking for in a car. Mercedes-Benz also collects data from sellers as to what people are looking for in cars and sharing that information with other. The X and Y theory was written by Douglas McGregor in 1957, has 2 parts, the theory of X and the theory of Y. Mercedes-Benz opens up health centers to keep them motivated to do their work and to keep their employees from leaving to other companies. Mercedes-Benz has also motivated the X individuals by giving excellent benefits. Mercedes-Benz makes it incredibly difficult for employees to make lateral promotion, but are rewarded for flexibility as they move from department to department. Now, part 3, the political frame. Mercedes-Benz gives rewards to employees by giving rewards through cash bonuses. Then you have coercive power, then legitimate power, then you have referent power, and expert power, which is the knowledge of or the perception that the social agent gives to that person. The Theory of Power and Players by Henry Mintzberg. Mercedes-Benz uses its own image to sell a model like the GLA class and the S-Class cars, and this is sufficient to meet the goals of the company. Mercedes-Benz is a public company that is owned by a board of shareholders. This board controls almost all the power, and they can pick and choose which products are best for the company. Currently, the latest project is the B class, and it's Mercedes' first line of electric vehicles. Mercedes-Benz makes it incredibly difficult for employees to make a lateral promotion, but this is rewarded for flexibility and as they move from department to department, which is beneficial for them because it kind of takes that power away from the first-line supervisors. Are often blamed for defects in vehicles because they are the ones that the customers have the most interaction with, even though the problem was with the design of the defect. Mercedes-Benz had an issue with their C-Class cars. The issue was called bleeding seats, where the oils of the mechanical adjustments will leak through the fabrics of the seats. Mercedes-Benz was powerless because the suppliers did not claim to be at fault for the issue, and they could not find a problem within the company, and then there was a delay getting the seats remade from the supplier. So next, part 4, we have the symbolic frame. Defining organizational culture theory by Edgar H. Sheehan defines culture as a group that has a pattern of shared basic assumptions that were learned to solve problems of external adaptation and internal integration to the point that it works well enough to be considered to be taught to new members as the correct way to perceive, think, and feel in relation to these issues. It is the function of leadership in a group to recognize the threats of survival and do something about those threats. According to Sheehan, there are 10 major categories that are associated with culture. They are observable behavior, regularities that people interact, group norms evolve in working groups. It spells values. The values of Mercedes-Benz are to provide luxury vehicles that can compete with high-performance car and provide customers with the latest in technology and driving experience. Then you have formal philosophy. There are rules to the game. Climate is shown to be a physical layout of the group and how members interact with one another and the outsiders. Embedded skills are displayed when accomplishing certain tasks. Habits of thinking. Mercedes-Benz is constantly adapting to the latest trends. The latest models include LED lighting that is throughout the entire day. The latest adaptation came from competing rival that had huge success in adding LED lighting as a standard feature in all their vehicles. Group members create shared meanings and understandings as they interact with each other, and then integrating symbols that the group develops to distinguish themselves. The logo is a three-pointed star that represents the three modes of transportation, which is land, air, and sea. The symbol later became the symbol of wealth because the car can only be afforded by the wealthy. Bowman and Dale identified the basic tenets of symbolic management, and that is the meaning or interpretation of what is happening in an organization. The interpretation turns out to be more important than what is actually happening. Mercedes-Benz continues to improve their luxury vehicles, but they are actually setting the bar for future luxury car competitors. Other car companies try to copy features that are found within the car. Mercedes-Benz is also the leading in market techniques combining luxury with celebrities. Almost all Mercedes-Benz car commercials include famous actors or popular sports stars. The car company is also an innovator combining luxury and utility vehicles. Mercedes-Benz trucks are designed for customers who are looking for roomier vehicles that actually contain big screen TVs, small bars, and even small jacuzzis. Trice and Bayer identified 8 considerations for changing organizational cultures. Changing organizational culture should not be taken like it's an easy task. You should combine caution with optimism. Mercedes-Benz has always been slow to grow their manufacturing facilities. Since the car is expensive, not many people purchase them compared to Toyota. Although the car company is becoming more and more popular, they must be careful growing the number of cars produced. We have reviewed and provided examples for the structural frame, human resource frame, and the symbolic frame. This analysis has clarified how a real-life company like Mercedes-Benz, who has a history of being leaders of innovation for the automobile industry since 1926, can apply theories relating to business to help grow their company. This long-standing company will continue to grow and continue to succeed as long as they continue with their strategy, reward systems, organizational culture, and customer relation models that they have set in place.